Okay, folks, it's a week later after I did the part 2. This is part 3 of the question and answers on the object of devotion by Nichiren Daishonin. This is volume 2 of the 1,000-something pages here and 1,000-something pages in the other one, so 3,000 or 4,000 of the found and identified Nichiren writings, not the hundreds of millions of other ones that didn't get identified and couldn't get identified, and also the thousands of other ones that were burned in different temples over the years of all the warring state periods, and also all the people who were ostracized by their family for practicing, who got the letters, who burned them because they didn't want to be persecuted like most of the people in the Hara, I forget the name of the persecution place, but anyway, they had to burn their family members, even if they didn't want it. The family members, after they died, some of them burned their letters from Nichiren. So there's so many thousands and thousands and thousands of letters of Nichiren that never ever got published and won't ever get published unless you know how to do time travel, or you can probably do it with I'm learning coordinated remote viewing. I can go back in time and coordinately remote view it, but anyway, it would be hard because I would read the characters, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck those characters mean. So it had to be someone who understands the old classic Chinese and all the stuff that he wrote in back then, to remote view, which you have to sign up with the government program, a top secret military program, to learn remote viewing. But I can teach you if you don't tell anyone. I'll kill you if you tell anyone. Okay, anyway, enough of that. We're gonna go on page the third one here. I got a halo on my head or something. Whoa, that's a bright light. Bright light, bright light. I look like a man in a box. What's that? The man in a box. That's anyways, the band my brother loves. Anyway, Jesus entering from the rear, fucking you in the ass. He's just another faggot with another rector rash. I don't sing those kind of songs. Those are negative. Anyway, that's what my brother likes. He likes all that old punk rock from the 80s and other stuff from the 90s that said, man in a box. I, a man in a box. You know, now you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. I look kind of like him with this light on me. I'm getting the curly hair like he did. Just got to get the freaking beady eyes like... I love little girls, they make me feel so good. I love, you know, what's that guy? Anyway, Boingo Boingo. But I can't remember the hard rocker, guys. My brother will tell me on the message. So post it down here if you can remind me who the hell I'm thinking of, man in a box. Okay, but that's what I look like with this light on my face, like I'm in some kind of questioning cell. Anyway, I'm reading, okay? Just bear with the lighting. The guy who posted on the last two other ones, he said I need better lighting, so is that good enough? Can you see me now? Like, freaking, I'm way out there. Can you hear me now? Oh, can you hear me now? And I was like, can you see me now? Okay, I'm sure you can see me. I don't need any better lighting than this. This is like the bomb lighting, man. Like my head's gonna blow up in a bomb. Okay, we left off here on page 790. Here we go. Question: the great teacher Kobo, should be in quotes because he doesn't really believe this. This is the question. It's supposed to be the guy who's questioning him about his teaching, so it's a made-up character anyway, just like you are. Everywhere you thought you were who you thought you were, it's a made-up character because they're all pretenses of being, because you are infinite. So there's no definition, no form, no structure, no significance, no linearity, no concentricity, no... You have to be out of form, out of definition, out of all that stuff to actually find who you truly are. But that's why they took 40 years to preach the Lotus Sutra, because it was bringing them out of the form, structure, and significance of their alternate reality that they created through their mind because they're twisted. Okay, anyway, that's a long story, so we won't get into it. Okay, but we are talking about the great teacher Kobo, so-called, because this is the question. Was a native of the province of Sanuki. I went through Sanuki to play my concerts. And a disciple of the administrator of a priest Gonso. He mastered the doctrine of the 3 treatises, Dharma characteristics, and the other of the 6 schools in the first month of the 23rd year of Enraku. Enraku era was when Enrakuji was on top of Mount Hiei. That's when they moved the teachings from Nara to the mountain of Hiei, which became the Enraku era. That's why the whole government moved with them, because They wanted to be with the priest because the priest is where all the people are following, and that's where they're going to get the money. You know, that's what the politicians do. They follow like the money source. So if you want to know what the politicians coming from, like this lady, what's her name? Shillery or Killery? I killed, I went home. I'll kill your ambassadors, I'll kill your congressmen, I'll kill your whatever killing I need because I'm the killing machine. Okay, anyway, it's either that or Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion on a yacht. I'm Elmer J. Fudd, I own a mansion on a yacht. It's duck season. No, it's rabbit season. No, it's duck season. No, it's rabbit season. That's what you got. Two fucking sides of the donkey and the fucking horse or whatever they are. Donkey and the cow are... No, is it elephant? I forget. Anyway, they're all a bunch of bullshit. It's just like these characteristic schools, but we won't get into those right now. Okay, that's how the politicians follow the money. So that's why the whole government of Japan, so-called emperor, who was like pretty much pulling the strings of the priests, he said, no, you guys can't leave me. You can't go to Enraku-ji. So this Enraku era was this time in 804. Before that, it was all Nara period. Okay, but that's how. And then they burned that whole mountain down. Enraku-ji was on the top. I went there. Kyoto. A bunch of weird shit going on there now after they burned everything and had to remake everything. 8,000 temples burned to the ground, all the whole mountain in fire. It looked like a big candle for about 5 or 6 days because they couldn't put it out. Anyway, you fuck with the shogun, you're gonna pay. That's what the time was all about. Okay. Because they started to become warrior priests. The Tendai sects became fucking warrior priests. They fucking made armies down the hill. So the fucking emperor sent all the freaking the samurais and even the fucking ninjas too, and they fucking burned down the whole mountain. Anyway, you gotta say fucking sometimes when you get really into this because there's only so many words in the English language that really give the passion of what was actually going on. But fucking's a good one because it fits so many different, you know, it's a noun, it's an adjective, it's an adverb, it's a modifying, whatever you want to frickin', it can be a object of devotion if you want to fucking fuck all night and shit. Okay, but anyway, that's what we're not talking about that because the light's in my face. Okay, tomorrow I'm going early in the morning. I have 4 weddings. How many weddings do I have? I forget. This month's not as big as next month. Next month is where it starts picking up and really gets big. This month's only like 20 or something weddings, but I have tomorrow's the 9th. Is it not? Yes. I have 10:20 wedding, 11:10 wedding. I hate those 10:20, 12 o'clock, and 2:40. 2:40. It's 14:40 because they do military time. I hate that military time. It confuses the heck out of me. Anyway, I gotta end early because I gotta go to bed soon to get ready for weddings. And then after that, I'm going on the music tour, enlightenment tour of don't let the police search your vehicle or search your backpack or your guitar or anything else without a warrant tour, because that's what happened last weekend. They're like, I'm gonna search your stuff. I'm like, where's your fucking warrant, man? What do you think I am? Some kind of fucking cow down, bend over, and fuck me up the ass Japanese? No, I'm a foreign international diplomat. I work for Google Inc. So you better have a damn English and Japanese lawyer, and you better have a search warrant, which neither of they had, and it was a Sunday, and they were going to find all those things. So I just said, see you later. Love you. Come to my next show. I'll be at Gifu Station next week. Anyway, this week I'm going out to Toyama. I'm going to Toyama. Next day I might go to either Fukui, if it's depends on the weather switch, or I might go to back towards home, which is Nagano or Matsumoto, or I might try that little teeny station off in Matsumoto Prefecture, which I can't remember the damn name. I went to so many stations I can't remember the names, but anyway. So that's what's going on. So in case you're wondering, that's why I'm reading this now, because it's time for a nice weekend road trip. Okay. So the Enraku-ji, the Enraku era, 804, he embarked for China. I'm just doing these long, like, improvisations in between, like, break it down, and then you go into, like, an improv, then you go back to the bridge, because the last guy said, I go off on too many tangents, so I'm just going to show him how to really go off on tangents. Okay, so now back to the old story. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice. Okay, so he embarked for China on the command of Emperor Kamu. Emperor Kamu, I hope you know who Kamu is. He was like the main G who brought over all the Buddhist schools and shit. He pretty much financed that because he said, you know, I'm getting tired of like killing people and shit. Let's like learn something. You know, he was pretty cool. Okay, in China, he was ordered by Emperor Shenzong to take up residence in Xianglongkung Temple. I can't say these Chinese words. I need to get a Chinese person to teach me, but I probably still can't do it. Okay. Where he received the transmission of the great true word teaching from the Reverend Hui Kyo. It's probably wrong too. The Reverend Hui Kyo was the seventh in line of those who had received the transmission from the thus come one Mahavrashana. The funny thing is he's making these people who are asking the questions sound like so fucking like into detail, like they're super like stuck in causal reality. They're like causally incarcerated, causally there's so much into like the fine details and the computation. All the computation go 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 because it's an algorithm interrupt of the computation to try to. I'm trying to compute like the power to the third power of the you know, they're trying to figure out everything mentally, and that's not how you figure out. But so then when he comes back with the answer, he just like blows it all out of the water. Like, you guys are fucking. This is mental masturbation, is what they're doing, because it's fucking stupid. This is what these guys do on these websites that are called fraught with lies. Fraught with lies. We like tell everybody that Daishonin Ikeda is like a cult leader. No, don't talk about him. He's a cult leader. Ah, like that. They're freaks out because they have Chantika Tourette syndrome. I don't have that. Okay. So anyway, that's why these questions are all so convoluted, like so detailed, like, and he like just blows them out of the water with like one line because they're like so like these people are like, okay, I got it all figured out, man. I worked it out. I sat home. I thought about it. I worked it out on my own. I figured it all out. Now I can be a Buddha if I just wait 5 kolpas and I do the sitting meditation for 2 kolpas, and then 3 kolpas later I do the standing meditation, and then I do this backwards flipping meditation where I levitate off the ground, and then finally I can say, oh, this shit's always been inside of me. Oh my God, I didn't have to go through all these kolpas of fucking bullshit to mental masturbation to finally realize who I fucking really am and who I truly be, which is who you truly be, because you are the thus come one. You are the Buddha from time without beginning, and you are the Buddha of absolute freedom. That's why we're going on an absolute freedom tour this weekend. Okay, because I'm with you and you're with me, because as the great singer who got his head shot off in New York by a guy who said, I'm acting all alone. He was programmed by the CIA and the FBI and everything to kill him. Anyway, that's a whole long story. They're coming after me too, but they don't know. I got like a bunch of different IDs and a bunch of different aliases and a bunch of wigs. Look at that. You thought that was real. It's a fucking wig, dude. Okay. Anyway, back to these fucking stupid convoluted questions. They're like, you've been to like a meeting, this guy comes up, okay man, I was in my garage and I was chanting and my beads and I got the incense, and the incense smell made me like feel like I was back in the time, and then all of a sudden I couldn't like rub the beads right, and I wasn't sure if I rubbed the beads or if I like stared at the Gohanzen for 20 minutes, or if I looked down at my beads, or if I opened the book and shut the book and then opened it again. They're like trying to figure out like there's some fucking formula, like there's a means and a modality to realizing who you are. You just gotta fucking wake up and realize you are the fucking one you've been waiting for, bitch. Okay, anyway, that's what he basically says. I'm gonna show you. He does it in an old-fashioned conservative way, because Japanese people are so damn fucking conservative. Got me fucking like a stick up my ass all day if I feel like I salsa this, I salsa that. Anyway, here we go. The Reverend Hui Kyo, just giving you a little more, you know, off the subject tangents, because that's what you like and that's what you requested, even though you thought you didn't request it, because everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Beckham X, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Beckham X, nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Beckham X, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Beckham X, nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. Beckham X, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Okay, so you thought you didn't want these tangents to go on, so you requested that I don't do that, which actually means do that if you realize everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Now, because of the 32 negations, you're actually requesting that I unwind the quantum entanglements that is making you master all the mental masturbation you think you're fucking doing to get enlightened when you're already enlightened, but you just have to freaking stick the light on your face and go, I'm enlightened, I'm enlightened, like that, okay? Anyway, back to Kobo. The great teacher Kobo, having received instruction in true word, crossed the 3,000 stormy leagues of the sea and returned to the country of Japan, where he offered the doctrine of the 3 sovereigns, Emperor Heise Saga in Juna. Sound like fucking some characters in some mythological play in Egypt or something. Anyway, Heise. That's the Japanese onyomi, kunyomi, or fucking romaji reading. It's not really the Chinese reading anyway. Saga. Like, who's the emperor in China? Oh, that's the... okay, now we're talking about the emperors in Japan after or before. I know what we're talking about now. Okay, the great emperor, the holy Wizard of Oz, who's in the Emerald City of the Greenland of Japan. Okay, anyway, it's all a bunch of fucking idol worship. Like, all these people think they're practicing Buddhism and they're fucking praying to some statue or something. It's fucking idol worship. Anyway, it's no better than the fucking Shinto or any of the other idol worships like Jesus Christ. I got Jesus on a stick, so I must be saved. The history of America and the history of most of the Western world was all genocide in the name of Jesus, but Jesus believes in love. Like, I mean, can you get more twisted in your fucking mental thinking? Okay, anyway, we're going back to another fucking idol worship school here. Okay, so Kobo, the idol worship of Kobo. On the 19th day of the first month in the 14th year of Konin the Barbarian, 823, he received an imperial order to found Joji Temple, where he propagated the secret teaching of the true school. Thus, throughout the 5 areas and 7 marches and 66 provinces and the 2 outer islands, there is no one who rings the true word diamond bell and grasp the true word diamond pounder. Boom, diamond pounder. Big pounder, diamond, we threw in the air and it landed in the other country on the mountain. Yeah, right. Fucking magical bullshit. Okay, anyway, he's the diamond pounder, man. He pounds diamonds into his head now. He throws diamond pounders across countries. Okay, here we go. So, this is the great Kobo. I have a friend named Kobo. Okay, anyway. He's great too. But don't tell him that. Because he believes he's not. Because that's why his wife thinks he's not. Because he believes he's not. But no, that's totally off the subject. Okay. The great teacher, Jinkaku. So this is all still the question. This guy's like, blah, 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 blah. Like, you get these guys at the meeting. I was in the bathroom and I was chanting on the toilet and I was wondering if I'm going to get bocce because if I'm on the toilet or if my feet are facing the boots are on, I'm going to get bocce if I sleep that way. So I'm like down underneath, the boots are on, it's on the 2nd floor. I'm like, which way's the boots on, man? Are my feet supposed to be this way? Are my feet supposed to be this way? And they're like, come on. Get fucking over it, dude. You are a Buddha. Fuck the feet facing bullshit, man. Forget the 2nd floor, 3rd floor. What tier am I on? Am I a fucking... Wake up, people! Okay. Wake up, white people. Wake up, Japanese. Okay, this is like the fucking stupid things that they did on these fucking brought with lies. They go on like fucking... You say one question or one answer, they're like... Like every fucking detail of fucking mental masturbation they could possibly throw out to try to convince themselves. This is the definition in this reality of sanity. The definition of sanity is to... And this is from the founder of Access Consciousness. The definition of sanity is to try to defend your point of view till your death. Defend your point of view, whether it's like my dad was great and you said my dad's bad, so I got to fight a war against you. This is like called sanity on this planet. And insanity, what's the definition of insanity? Is when you have a point of view like Japanese, like put your shoes this way, but they don't know why. So insanity in this reality is when you have a point of view and you defend it to the last breath and you don't even know why you defend it. Like, is the emperor a god, or why are we're doing kamikaze because we're this wind? What's this? No one understood what the fuck they're doing. They're just crashing planes and they're like, well, who's in charge? It's not really him, or is it him, or who is it, or what are we doing, or who are we fighting, or this is like the whole fucking history of Japan. Like, they're like, oh my god, like, what do we do, man? Like, they should be like smoking a big fatty, but they're too stupid. They're like fucking trying to figure it out with the conscious mind, man. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna go back to the 3. Where are we going to end with? This is the question. This is like, you can go past the whole fucking question because it's a bunch of bullshit. And he's basically, when he gets to the answer, he's going to say like, you've been fucking masturbating the whole time throwing out all this bullshit like you actually know something. And I'm just going to tell you what the truth is here, bucko. So let's just go past all this because I regurgitated this fucking question about 1,000,000 times and it never makes any sense. And that's the whole point of fucking asking it, because you're like, I'm really smart, like I'm a lawyer, and I'm gonna like say all these words you don't understand so like I can prosecute you, but you don't know what I said because I really didn't say anything, but you think I said because I was, you know, you don't know the language I'm using. So this is what this question, like, hey, this guy's, you know, got a big diamond, throws it from fucking China and it lands on a mountain in India because he's that great guy, Kobo, and everything. So the answer is just real simple. Okay. Answer. In the 1,000 years following the demise of Shakyamuni, the Lord of Teaching, Buddhism spread throughout India. In the first 500 years, it was the Buddhism of the Hinayana, or lesser vehicle, while in the following 500 years, it was that of the Mahayana, or great vehicle. The Hinayana and the Mahayana teaching, and the provisional and the true teaching contended with each other, but at that time, there was no clear-cut distinction between the exoteric and the esoteric. Exoteric outside, you can understand it because you're part of the exoteric, or esoteric is the people who are initiated into the cult mentality, like groupthink. But you're not in our group, so you can't know, so you're not part of the esoteric. Okay, so in and out, that's what the esoteric and exoteric is all about, in case you didn't know what the fucking words meant. Okay, so 50 years after the beginning of the middle day of the law, Buddhism was introduced to China. At first, there was much controversy between the teachings of Shakyamuni and those of the Confucian and Taoist schools with the T. Of course, Taoist is pronounced D with the T, because that's Chinese American, you know. Anyway, we won't get into why the D came a T and a T came a D, and you know, why fucking it was Constantinople and then it became Timbuktu and then it became Constantinople and it became Timbuktu and it became and soon it became Timbuktu and Constantinople, because it's really, no matter what name you give a rose, it's going to still smell sweet. That's what Sir Francis Bacon said in his plays he put under that guy Shakespeare. Okay, so we're back to the middle day of the law here in China. That's when, after 1,000 years of all this conflict between two schools, finally it landed in China, and they finally figured out what's the difference between the two schools and what is the inferior and what is the superior. And it's basically like black and white, day and night, because once you realize the inferior is all about idol worship and the fucking superior is all about realizing there's no idol, it's you. You're the Buddha from time without beginning. It's pretty simple. It doesn't really take it doesn't take a fucking degree in astrophysics or freaking brain chemistry to figure out that you are everything you ever will be, and you ever will be is all the future, and everything you've ever been through all time, space, dimensions, and realities you are now, because there is no time and space, and you are spaciousness of the infiniteness that is you, the Buddha of absolute freedom. Okay, but these people think there's actually, you know, this whole threefold reality makes us think there's past, present, and future, but there's not. It's just the moment. That's why it's Ichinen Sanzen. One single moment contains the past, present, and the future, and all the other worlds and all the other 10 factors of life and all that, because you are that you are. I am that I am. I am what I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. No, I be that I be, because just like the Bible said, I am that I am. It's you are who you are, and there's never going to be a better you than you are now. But so as soon as you wake up to who you really be, it's not the fucking thing you think you are, and you realize you're really better than everyone else you've ever told yourself you were, which are all pretenses of being, and the true being is infinite, which is you. You won't have to be mental masturbating with these stupid questions that this guy's asking. So anyway, we're going back to the answer, which is not mental masturbation. It's just straightforward. None of this diamond throwing across the worlds and shit. Okay. 600 years after Buddhism was introduced to China, the reign of Emperor Xuanzang. That's like that song, Wang Chung Tonight or something. Xuanzang Tonight. His name is spelled Hsuantsunng. Xuanzang. Everybody swang shang tonight. Everybody lang chung tonight. Everybody swang strong tonight. Okay. The three Chepitraka masters, San Wu Wei, Qin Kang Che, I can't pronounce that either, and Pukung, came to China from India and established the True Word School. Therefore, the flower garland, lotus, and the other earlier schools were treated with marked dislike. And everyone from the sovereign on down to the common people believed that the true word teaching and the Lotus Sutra are as far apart as clouds and mud. Later in the reign of Emperor Taitsung, can't say that either, a man called the Great Teacher, Miaolo, I can kind of say that because I've heard it actually more than once, perceived that the true word teaching are vastly inferior to the Lotus Sutra, but he did not express his opinion persistently, and thereafter there was no one who attempted to establish the relative worth of the Lotus Sutra and the True Word School. Anyway, he's going to go on to talk about how finally Tiantai figured it all out, and he devoted his life to figuring it all out, and it's perfectly laid out. If you follow every one of the sutras, it's like a freaking roadmap to the final teachings, which is you. That's all they were talking about, is you. The whole time you thought it was like this other guy on this fucking planet out in outer space and, you know, breaking it up into dust and traveling east and dropping every 10 times 100 times 1,000 times 10 to the 56th power times 10 to the 64th power of major world systems and, you know, Gohyaku Jintengo and Kuon Gonjo, and you thought it was all about those things, but that was actually just a story about you. Because that's just a partial bit of who you truly be, which you don't want to fully claim on and acknowledge because you're scared shitless. But actually, I'll tell you the truth, the scared shitless of who you think you might be, if you were willing to step into who you truly be, that's going to be the stage of life that is the grand finale of who you've been waiting to be for 40 million years, is actually excitement. It's not fear at all. So you've been just, the chemically and electromagnetically, or however you say it, the brain perceives the excitement and fear as almost the same frequency of energy. So you hardwired your brain a long time ago, because that was how, when you were fucking like the cow and shit, and like the fucking other guy comes in with the belly club, it's like a bone of a deer, and hits you over the head because you were fucking his cow. You kind of fucking miscalculated, like, okay, I was fucking the cow and I was feeling good, and that's exciting. But then someone hit me over the head with a club because I was fucking his cow. And then you realized you kind of, synapses kind of hardwired, fired the wrong way, and you think fear is actually excitement and excitement is fear. But it's actually one and the same. So everywhere you are afraid to be who you truly be, which is the Buddha from time without beginning, which is the Buddha of absolute freedom, which has the supernatural powers of the Thus Come One eternally endowed in their 5-foot body, or it's actually, it goes out, emanates into all 10 directions. So the 5-foot body is just a crystallization temporarily in the form, which is the threefold reality: form, nature, or what is it? Appearance, nature, and entity. So it's the appearance and nature of this little 5-foot body, but the nature of it emanates out in all directions, in the 10 directions, both down, up, and sideways and left, and screwball turn out into the middle multiverse, wherever you want to put it. All of that is you. That's the true being that is you, that is infinite, that is from time without beginning, because there is no beginning and no ending to time. There really is no time. That's just an illusion. But anyway, that's what actually the girl sitting in the treasure tower ceremony said. Oh my God! She just heard one word and she realized who she truly be is, and it's not a horned dragonfly girl. No, she's the Dragon King's daughter. But she realized who she really is. That was just a character she was playing in this great drama called life, which you're playing a character that thinks they're worthless and pathetic, and I have to pray to some fucking priest, or I have to pray to some guy on a stick, or I have to pray to some statue, or I have to, you know, genuflect before the almighty corporations of America and bow down to TPP to have some money to put in my pocket. Whatever you guys think, you don't need any of that shit, because you are infinite. Okay, so I love you all. I gotta wake up early, sing some weddings, go on my road trip. I'll be back after the weekend, maybe make a follow up to this. I don't have. I go off grid when I go on my world tour, so I don't have a iPhone, iBrain. I don't have a smartphone. I don't have internet access. I just go off because I follow the energy. And sometimes I want to go to this station, I go to that station. Sometimes I want to go to that station, I go to this station, because I'm just gonna go where I feel the energy's pulling me. Because I'm meeting a lot of incredible people who are opening up the path for the future in my road trip of life. So anyway, be square, be care. That just rhymes. But be caring and be loving, because that's really, I like the other person's post on the last video that I commented on, that she says, yes, you gotta have compassion. So that's why I'm actually making these videos, because you think I'm saying all these negative words, but it's not really negative. It's because everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. But you think it's negative because you distorted your thinking into thinking words can be evil and words can be good. Words are just words. They're just letters put together, and they make sounds, and the sounds make meanings, and the meanings are whatever you want to perceive them to be, because all definitions are limitations, and all language is a limitation. So the real language is the one that you perceive. Why you watched all the way this far, because you perceive there's something beyond what I could have said in the language of Baconian English, which is what we speak nowadays. We don't speak English, we speak Baconian. But anyway, I'll give it a little bit of, since he was from England, Sir Francis Bacon, and he wrote a lot of plays and he wrote a lot of books, that those are the only two things written at that time who had the same words that were created by him. So he created it like 8,000 words or more it made the English language an international language, because it was the backwaters of Europe, and it was just like total shithole. And that's why all the plagues rang through it and killed everyone, because they were just like filthy, stinky, terrible food. It's the reason why, it's still come a long way. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, that's why he created a language, to finally get them out of the backwaters, because if language is definitions and definitions are limitations, the more you can create to get out of the limitations of the language you speak and the words you use, the more you can start getting to the infiniteness you truly be. So he created a language that created an empire, and an empire created an international community of, what are we? We are oneness. The guy who got shot in the head in New York, which I didn't say his line, I was waiting until now, I was waiting for you guys to be ready for it, is I am he, as you are he, as you are me, and we are all together. And you thought that was just gibberish, but that is actually the truth. I am you, and you are me, and you are he, and you are she, and she is he, and he is me, and me is you, and we are all together. So just know that the oneness that you truly be, that's why it's called Funi, Shiki Shin Funi, the oneness of body and oneness of Shiki Shin, heart and mind, Esho Funi, the oneness of the environment and the person, Shite Funi, the oneness of mentor and disciple. It's all about oneness, Funi, not two, because we're not two, we're not separated, there's no separation. You are me and I am you, and he is. Everything you want to worship is you. So if you want to put a guy on a stick, worship him. If you want to put a freaking statue of a fat guy and worship him, you're just deluding yourself that you are not him and he is not you, because you are not oneness, because you are not Funi. So all the Funi you're not willing to be, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of the imposed quantum entanglement or Mobius strips and mental masturbation that keeps you from thinking you are not me and I am not you? Okay, peace out. I gotta go to bed. I was named after Timothy Leary. I don't take LSD, but my father and my brother did a lot of LSD throughout the days. I didn't get into that stuff, but I still inherited some of that openness that the pupils open. So all it really takes is a meditation to open your pupils. That's all really, that toxic mimic of the true medicine of the native people of the world, which is peyote and the cactus I have in my window there. That's you see in a lot of the videos. That's a medicinal cactus, which is hallucinogenic. That's called San Pedro, which is it sells in all the different stores around here in Japan and every country. It's a little harder to take than ayahuasca, much harder than ayahuasca takes a long time, but it's harder because it's just so damn disgusting. If you drink it, you're gonna throw up and throw up and throw up, and if you do it enough, you're gonna start seeing pretty colors, but it's not really worth it. But we tried it at Sugg University, and we were riding bicycles, me and about 3 or 4 people in the first class of the SUA 2005, and 2 or 3 people in the 4th class of SUA did the San Pedro until we almost threw up. And we were flying down this mountain into the canyon, and I went back that way. I don't know how we levitated over the fields, because there was all these rocks and there was all these fences and all this stuff. But somehow we rode down the mountain with going over the fences, going over the rocks, going over the tumbleweed, going over the foxes and the sheep and all the other pretty things that were like, and the rainbow frequency was like flowing in and out of consciousness, and we were like dancing with the woolly masters, and we were dancing with the wolves. I used to sit out on my balcony at Soka University of America and go, "Arr!" And all the wolves in the canyon would go, "Arr!" And then after about doing it for about a half hour, we would have this conversation. All the guys in the dorm, either this dorm or that dorm or the dorm above me or the dorm below me, like, "Shut up, Tim, we're fucking studying, man." I'm like, okay, I can't fucking talk with the wolves and shit. Okay, anyway, I do talk to wolves. I'm an energy healer, but I'm also an animal healer, so if you want me to talk to your cats or dogs, watch my videos on energy healing with cats and dogs, because I do talk their languages. If you're willing to be transliterate, you can talk in every language. So I'm not fully willing yet to be transliterate in the Japanese language, because it's just so anal. I don't really like the analness of it. That's why I kind of, one side of my brain just like shuts it down. No, I don't want to go to the left side, fucking analytical bullshit side. I want to open up to the fucking creative. Like, the language for 600 or 700 years hasn't changed almost at all. They like threw a little bit of kire, ache. They added like a little bit of influctuation, not fluctuation, fluctuations. No, British. Okay, not fluctuations. What are they? They changed just a little bit of ending of some of the words. And they took the ba, which is Bang Kyampin, my legal name, and they changed it, the u to wa, va to wa. That's what they did. So that's as much change as they made. Va and wa, and a little e on the end of and sa maybe at some of the words that they didn't use 1,000 years ago. That's how much the language has changed. That's why I can't stand thinking about Japanese, because I download the fucking program and it's all fucking like just stuck in this linear program of time. Like, time doesn't ever change here, man. It's like fucking they don't change their underwear. Anyway, I don't want to talk about. I don't even wear underwear. Actually, I do today, because I got my Rebel Yell shirt that I got at the thrift store, and I got my SpongeBob underwear. I hardly ever wear underwear, but today I'm wearing my SpongeBob underwear, because my friends in Japan said it's imitation SpongeBob. It's not the real SpongeBob. So I'm not into like fucking logos and shit like that. So no logos here. This is fake SpongeBob, okay? It's not the real SpongeBob. Anyway, you're the real SpongeBob if you haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, I gotta go. Gotta go to bed.